nothing like a Charlie Parra Del Riego song to set the mood. What's up, YouTube? It's Fuzzymotion, and today we're going to be talking about the possibility of paid DLC making its way into Call of Duty. Now, this is a different type of paid DLC because, as you can tell, we're playing on a DLC map as of the moment. And we also have DLC guns, we have DLC camo, and we've paid to get those. And we even have paid DLC weapon slots. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is paid DLC in order to get weapons and attachments and basically just a leg up on the competition. The gameplay you're watching right now is me playing on Showtime. I'm using the MSBS, and I'm just kind of running around and hip-firing it as much as possible. I took the grip off and just said, let's run with what we got. And I think I have Lightweight and Marathon on here. So my thoughts on this all came from a Drifter video that I watched recently. I'll put a link down in the description so you guys can watch it as well. But he came across a point that the new system for getting unlocks was a little weird. And I thought it was weird too. I mentioned this in a video prior. You can go ahead and take a look at it. That supply drops are kind of like battle packs and Battlefield 4. And, you know, it's not really a cool idea to take that from Battlefield, only because it really sucks when you're trying to play for an attachment and you get battle packs, but you have no control over what attachments you get. So, you know, you might be playing for hours and hours and hours at a time, but you only get like suppressors when you really want a muzzle brake, or you really need a grip but you don't get the right type of grip, and shit like that can really be annoying. So, you know, battle packs, at least in Battlefield 4, are a little cumbersome in the sense that you don't have control over what you get. Supply drops kind of work in the same way. And the point that Drifter made, which I thought was very interesting, was that this kind of sets itself up for a monetization DLC for you to possibly download specific battle packs or specific supply drops, I guess that's what they would be called, in order for you to get the attachments and guns that you'd like. And he asked the developers about this, and they refuted those claims. He said, no, it's not going to be like that, don't worry. But it wouldn't be the first time that a developer or a developing team kind of said one thing and the executives turned around and did something else. So, you know, I'd like to just put it out there as, you know, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think it would be a good idea? Personally, I don't, and I'll tell you why. It's because, I mean, if we take it to an extreme example, right? We say that, okay, it might not ever come to this. Hopefully it never comes to this. But I mean, saying that you want to pay for, you know, guns and attachments so that you get them right away instead of having to wait for them is like saying, okay, well, we're going to make a first-person shooter, and that first-person shooter is going to start you off with a pistol. Now, if you want other guns right away, you'll have to pay for them, but you have to grind through with a pistol and in order to get the rest of the guns. Now, that, like I said, that's an extreme example, but that's something that could happen in this model that we're kind of setting up. And the problem is that once you give the developers leeway to do this sort of thing, they sort of just kind of take it across the genre and they sort of make it the norm in the you know, the gaming practices. I don't like that model at all. I don't like having to pay for things. I like playing games and unlocking things. That should be part of the game. That should be part of the experience. And I don't care, you know, if something takes me a little bit longer to unlock. You know, I might complain about it a little bit, but I mean, ultimately, that's part of why you're playing the game. And in a game like Call of Duty, I'm already relegating, you know, 100 to 200 hours, if the game is good, to play this multiplayer and to invest in becoming a lot better and things like that. I don't think it's a good idea for us to give up our wallets so easily, because once we do that, you know, Bungie will start looking at that, other developers will start looking at that, EA will think, oh, well, if they did it and they got away with it, they're the most popular first-person shooter. Right now, the only real gaming companies I can think of that do that practice, you know, religiously or do it with success are Hearthstone and League of Legends. Now, I don't play League of Legends. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I just don't play it. And I know people, Drifter included, he admitted that he spent and dropped $200 so that he could set up a team that would be a lot more competitive. That just sounds... I mean, the game might be the most fun that you have with friends and socially that you can come across, but I just don't feel like spending $200 in order to make the game more fun. Buying peripherals, buying equipment's one thing, but I think once you start making the gameplay itself pay DLC, you're kind of ruining the experience. I go 22-3 in this gameplay. If you like the video, don't forget to like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Leave your comments down in the boxes below. Let me know what you guys think. It's Fuzzymotion, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.